Okay. Well, we're on red to begin with. I'm gonna work on one of the houses that I need to transfer over. I'm lighting up blue as well, just for reference, and the beach. Windows, ding-a-ling, nothing actually disconnects and reconnects. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. There is a setting you can mess with that makes it happen less often, but it still happens for me. But it did reduce the amount of times it happened. It's like USB power mode or something like that. Shooting stars, okay. Right. But it's like a USB power setting, and it basically, if a device is detected as idle, it'll cut power to it. And I'm sure it means well. The problem is if you have external drives, it just does it constantly. So it's, yeah, I turn that off. Because it does get very irritating when you don't do anything and then you hear the sound. Sometimes you restart your PC to mem dump and your mouse stops working. Yeah, Windows is a hot mess right now. Everyone is experiencing some problem to it. And, like, I've got mine in a state where it's been behaving. And so I am cutting it off Windows Update until they figure their stuff out. Unless it's like a critical security update, I'm cutting it off. It's just like, man, they've messed it up too many times. Like, I'd say once a month they waste my time, or were wasting my time. At least. Was something that was just like, oh no, this is you guys. So, yeah. Anyway. I'm counting down the days for when NVIDIA does proper Linux support. And the mixer that I have also has Linux support. Those are the only two things that are preventing me from doing like a SteamOS. Just full migration. I could install Linux. It'd have to be like a different distro, but I want SteamOS. Just my experience with that has been really positive. And I look at it as just like, man, really the only thing I do on this computer is game and stream. And it's basically just the audio mixer that's stopping me from swapping over. And even then, I'm almost at the point where if I can find one that's Linux compatible, I will buy that in a heartbeat. Just the problem, most of them are software based, even though it is a hardware thing. It's just, it's so nice to just be able to lean on my desk and control the volume of things. Instead of having to open a volume mixer, tabbing out. I know the newest Stream Decks can do that. The newest Stream Decks have physical volume, or physical knobs that you can configure to volume. But I don't think that it's compatible with Linux. If that becomes compatible with Linux and it lets you do multi-channel audio, then yeah, I'm getting that thing. That has a higher likelihood of getting Linux compatibility. It's compatible with Mac, so it's like kind of partially there. Also, this is nice. It's very quick. But anyway, it's first world problems. The setup's fine for now. I'll deal with Windows, but man, it's gotten to the point. Before it was compatibility, it was kind of like I'd never consider it because there'd be a bunch of games that just aren't compatible. But now older PC games run better on Linux with Proton. It's just insane. Like, how does that happen? Anyway, we'll be working on this today. Oh yeah, I mean, there'll be a couple around from last night, but I didn't really bother. Anyway. That's how you know it's getting bad. In other situations, Aussies would sort it out, but when you get to dealing with it, you know it's shit. Yeah. I am like one more like, if they make it seem like my computer's bricked when it's not because of Windows Update, if they do that, if they do what they did to me in January again, I might not care. I might just deal with alt-tabbing out to control audio. And maybe setting up like a keybind that I press to mute my mic. Like, what they did to me in January, I thought my memory, my computer was just broken because the error it was giving me was like, at least based on their forums, I don't know, even their forums are just useless. I thought my RAM was dying, and that is like a terrible feeling given the landscape of things right now, where memory prices are crazy. But it wasn't. It was just Windows Update did something. It broke my computer. And then I spent, like, I think half a dozen attempts trying to undo the update, and it wouldn't let me. The fact that with Windows 11, and this is like one of the wildest things I've ever heard. But, like, if you know your stuff prior to Windows 11... there's safe mode. You press a key when your computer starts up and you can choose safe mode. And you can... it's not that it fixes it, it just lets you kind of get to a point where you can figure out what's going on. So for some reason, Windows 11 doesn't have that anymore. And in order to get into that mode, your computer has to fail starting up several times in a row. And then and only then will it ask you, how about, like, I know there's something wrong with my computer. Let me press a button and start figuring out what's wrong. That's just, I don't get it. Who makes those decisions? Hi, Sherry. How's it going? It did it to you in April as well. Yeah, this year, every second month, they're breaking computers. They're making headlines where an update has broken a bunch of computers. So, yeah. It's not surprising. Anyway. It hasn't done anything to me yet, but very close. I mean, you know what else I like? Man, if the Steam Machine thing wasn't so dire, I could hook that up to the capture card, and then this would effectively be a rendering PC, and then I could just install Linux on it. Just... I don't know. Anyway, enough. I forgot to help him last time. This is why, because I just always go, I'll do this later. Not only does it take forever to make him get up, but this. I still want a Steam Machine. Like, the price doesn't put me off that much. I kind of thought about it. It is bad, but everything is bad right now. It's not like it's specifically Valve, so it's like, I don't know. And I think given... You know what made me want it, like, more now? It's just this week with Sony, you know? That's kind of made me go, no, you know what? Yeah, no, I should. Like, the sooner that thing replaces my PS5, probably the better. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what I'm going for outfit-wise. Sure. I should probably buy the blue one as well. These make good decorations for like a bar. Hold on. I don't know, sports stuff. Do you know what I saw today? With regards to the Sony thing. So, people have posted that, because right now there's like mass protests doing cancellations of PlayStation Plus. It's a lot of people. It's noticeable enough. But anyway, so it seems that like it's been happening enough that like it's gotten a reaction from them, but it's not like a panic reaction, I guess. I don't know. Like maybe it is. But for those that have PlayStation Plus right now, and it's not guaranteed that it's going to happen to you, but it's been reported that if you go to cancel it now, they will offer you 50% off when you get like 3 months off. If you get like an additional 3 months instead of canceling, they'll make it half price. So if you're going to keep PlayStation Plus anyway, and you want a discount, just go pretend that you're going to go cancel it. Like, not only will you scare Sony, but you'll also get a discount on PlayStation Plus. Now, I cancelled PlayStation Plus a long time ago, when they did a price increase, and then it was just like, okay, well, you guys aren't doing anything to justify this increase. But if you do have PlayStation Plus, now would be a good time. Just go pretend cancel. And you know stuff is wrong when they're doing that, because you know what other company does that? Adobe. And you don't want to be like Adobe. People don't like Adobe. Even Adobe's own customers don't like Adobe. So, yeah, anyway. Oops. About more like hazmat. I haven't used this stuff in a long time. If I ever have to deal with artwork that is in PSD or AI, I ask them to export it to SVG or PNG. Like, I don't know, the whole rhetoric of, well, they use Adobe, so you have to use Adobe. I don't buy it. You can change the file format. If, like, someone doesn't need the editing for the original, then just PNG or SVG, depending on what it is. The thing is, there are other PDF editors out there now that are just as good and cost a fraction of the price. Yeah. And a lot of things just have native export to PDF functionality. You only really need Acrobat as like if you want to do something fancy with a PDF. But if it's just you're putting text and you're keeping a layout relatively simple, like what are you doing? You don't need Acrobat. Acrobat costs an absolute arm and a leg though. Yeah. Oh, I'm aware. Everything Adobe is like that. But the thing is, most of their software now has cheaper competitors. Like, truly, I think the only reason they're still okay is just because de facto standard and companies using their file format, basically. It's like, you have a bunch of artwork that exists that you probably have to work with. And so you just stick within their ecosystem. But the thing is, like, when it comes to newer people in the industry, most of them are not learning Adobe stuff now. Particularly in video editing. Like, DaVinci is becoming more standard, and I mean, people that are doing it as a hobby thing, they're using what's that program called? CapCut? I forget the one that, yeah, it's just easier to use and it's very tailored towards doing, you know, content for the internet. In UI design, I mean, they've lost to Figma. They tried to buy Figma because they realized that, and I'm so glad that got blocked. I don't think Photoshop is, like, as influential as it used to be. So that pretty much leaves print design, photography, because I know there's some conveniences photographers can't get rid of. Though it's starting to get there. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, it will be. I mean, I point to what happened to them in web. Like the world of internet, basically. You go really far back, man. Dreamweaver was just this thing everyone used. And Flash. It was like the two most giant things they owned for internet content authoring. And then suddenly someone released an editor that was cheaper. And then eventually we're now at the point where, like, who pays for a code editor? It's kind of wild to think how much they used to charge for Dreamweaver. And I mean, Flash, yeah, Flash pretty much died. You would think they'd learn their lesson, but no. It's gonna happen to them in every other aspect. It's already happening in video editing and UI design. I mean, this year, Affinity went free. Affinity was like an alternate to Photoshop and Illustrator, and then the company Canva bought them a couple of years ago, maybe last year. But it was still software that you paid once for, and then you owned it, and then you would just pay for updates if you wanted major updates. Still better than Adobe. And then, yeah, earlier this year, they made Affinity free. And you know what? I've been using it, and it's pretty comparable. Though it doesn't have some of the advanced stuff of Photoshop, and some things are different. Man, it's like 80 to 90% there. It's enough. It's free. And the only thing you pay for is, like, if you want to have a professional team. If you want to have team features and do AI stuff, which, fine, but other than that, free. So it's even less reason to have Adobe stuff. It's kind of funny. It's the same thing as Windows, effectively. It's like, here's this long-standing thing that people hate. And people have been waiting for a time where they can jump ship. And I think in that space, it's happened. Now people are jumping ship from Adobe. And I get the feeling that's going to happen to Windows soon. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. You went and did a course in 2014 and they wanted you to get the Creative Cloud. And you went out of your way to find a copy of CS6 because you didn't want to have to pay monthly to access the stuff you made. Yeah, I got you. But even when it was a one-up cost, I mean, I go further back. Do you know how much a student edition of, like, the complete Creative Suite used to cost? I didn't get the complete Creative Suite, but, like, so I got one that was video editing, which had Photoshop and Illustrator and Flash as a part of it. It was like web and video. And a box copy was like $800 for a student, which was crazy. Like, I was working 2 jobs, but I wanted to have the software legit because I was going to do freelance work and get paid, right? And I thought, yeah, tax deduction, fine. But, man, a student that isn't going to do that and they're just using it for their studies, it's just insane. So I'm very happy that, like, these days, people studying this stuff have free alternatives. They have a way to, I don't know, get an interest in the field without having to either be a pirate or pony up like $1,000. Over the course of... Now it's $1,000 over the course of like a year. I wish I could just gift you a present now. Part of your reasoning was the smallest amount of stuff they wanted you to get as students. The Creative Cloud, just in case, would have cost you above and beyond, like, the extras. Yeah. And they've just been adding more and more to that. Like, I think one of the most egregious ones is, and I'm not sure it's still the case, maybe it's gone back, but I remember reading that, like, Pantone, using the ability to use Pantone as colors in your artwork was now like a DLC, effectively. It's just like, what are you talking about, man? These are just color values. Pantone cost you again because you had to use it. Yeah, that's so gross. The two most... Like, there's... I love the industry I work in, I do. But, like, there's some really heinous things people do when it comes to making money. Like, Pantone, using Pantone colors is one thing. Another thing I hate is just stock photography, is, like, the licensing behind it. It's like, hey, pay us this amount and you can use it this many times. If you want to have it on your website, you're going to have to charge this amount extra. Or, like, my favorite of all time, if you want to use it for this particular thing, contact us. It's like, oh yeah, you're going to make up a price, but yeah, okay. And it's the same with fonts. Like, if you want a fancy font, same thing. They do the same thing. It's just... But I'm glad, like, yeah, there's free alternatives nowadays. It's a bit easier. I think even worse was lessons. I'm so glad there's stuff on YouTube now. Or, like, influencers just providing content for free, man. Letting people learn. When I started, I was all like, oh, you want to learn something? Oh, this interactive course will cost you $500. I'm not paying $500 for a course. On special, $200. Anyway. Give me photo, please. No photo. I'm glad that this is very constant. I think I've already gotten my 20. Oh, you're here. Okay, I should bring Blue over. You can make glue out of owls? What? What are you talking about? What? I mean, to answer the question seriously, yes. Probably. And the only reason I know this is because my grandma, the story of my grandma that I learned like a few years back that, oh man. They had ducks. And they all died of, like, I don't know if it was a flu, but the point is they had ducks, a whole bunch of them. They died. And instead of letting them go to waste, they couldn't eat them. My grandma got my mum, who was probably, like, under the age of 10 at that point, to pluck them, to pluck them, put them in a massive vat, and just reduce them down. And they made soap out of the ducks. So I'd imagine, I think you can basically do anything. Glue wouldn't be that far. Oh no, my mom grew up very differently to me. This is the plot to Fight Club. No, this is the plot to growing up in a third world country. On a farm. Sorry, I only got to soap. You had a small AI style hallucination. It's fine. No, I mean, different circumstances. I need, Rasha. Where is Rasha? Oh, okay. It feels like it takes a week to get one photo. Oh, you're sick, alright. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Poor ketchup. You know what? Oh. Man, I was joking about this the other night. I was saying, man, the villagers always try to swap you their sweaty socks for your like 72-inch OLED TV. But this is going the other way around. He wants to trade my baby romper for his diner sofa. Well, hey there. I notice you have a baby romper on you. Listen, I like dressing like a baby, so, if you keep this on the hush and hand over that romper, you can have my sofa. What do you say? Really? You'll trade? Hot diggity, it's baby time. Is he gonna get into it right away? No? Okay, he's gonna do it in the privacy of his own home. That's fine. It's alright. No judgment here. Okay, no, it's fine. I thought he was getting into it. It's fine. It's perfectly innocent. Oh, wait a minute. I got distracted. I was supposed to talk to him. Listen, it's a real thing. If you played any of the Yakuza series, you'll know it's a real thing. It's a good one. Yeah, it's a good recipe though. Ironwood cupboard. Probably, yeah, I'm definitely gonna bring blue then. That's two good recipes. Come on, photo. Nope. Alright, I just gotta take the medicine to catch up and then you're done. Alright, so maybe the villagers don't always rip you off. Fine. I do like that out of all the villagers that didn't try to rip me off like a criminal, it was the biker pig. It just goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover. The cute, adorable duck, rabbit, cat, bird, they'll all try to rip you off. get angry. You suggested a game. It was made in 1987. Why would I be upset at that if like one of my favorite games of all times is like from 84? '84, '85? Yeah, it's like, yeah. I'll have to check. Didn't know if I'd play an NES game. Are you kidding? Zelda 1, Mega Man 1 through to 6. Zelda 2. I played the stupid Simpsons Bart versus the World game for Christmas. That is a universally despised game. I still played it because it's part of my childhood. Mario 1, 2, 3. Yes, I'll even say Lost Levels. Would I play Holy Diver? I don't know what that is. What is Holy Diver? Let's see. I've even done ROM hacks for the NES. Not many, mind you. It's a newer game for the NES, and I would probably check it out. I checked out Micro Mages. That was a game that was, what, like 2018? Micro Mages was good. I got given a surveillance camera for making them feel better. I don't know if I should be concerned. It's a Japan exclusive game that they re-released. Huh. It was widely considered the most difficult game for the NES. Harder than Battletoads? It's fucking hard. I mean, here's my take with difficult games, right? I don't mind challenges. I've done things that are very difficult in the past. Things that take forever. Things that may torture me. I have many achievements that I'm proud of. But if a game is very annoying and like right out the gate doesn't even let me get my footing, then I will give up immediately. So it's like the game can be as difficult as it wants to be, but it needs to make me believe that I can actually do it, you know? If you want an idea of the tolerance, it's like when I used to play Mario Maker. And someone would submit a level, and then the level would kill me within the first 2 seconds of the level starting. I would immediately stop playing that level. Or a level that was like, hey, you're going to spend the next hour just so you can progress 15 seconds into the level. Nah, I'm good. Level stuff that's just hand-picked and hand-designed to just be torturous. Nah, I'm good. With an asterisk, of course, because then there's arcade games, which they were designed that way, and I'll play them, like Battletoads. I do want to finish Battletoads one day. Actually, I'll go to halves first. Like, I want to work up the courage to try and go through that journey on stream. And I think given the landscape of things right now with games, that might happen sooner rather than later. I'll look into it. It does sound intriguing. This is a few days worth of stuff. Also, I was poor and had no money. I just ordered a few things. Watching a bit of a long play right now. It's more difficult in a don't rush kind of way. I don't mind that. Like, I've played Ghosts and Goblins, and that's probably one of the most purposely torturous games. But it's, in a weird way, it's a fair game. Okay, well, we're full. Where's that paper bag? Holy Diver is not the game you added to the added Xanadu. I've heard of that one. I mean, I don't mind playing NES games. You know, one of the weirdest things that I never did. Well, not weird. It was more strange that I never did this. That's what I was trying to say that. But when I started streaming, I had an intent of, like, playing through most of the NES library. But then, I don't know what happened. I think I fell into something and then... Yeah. I guess here we are. This was missing from here. There we go. Getting distracted. Yeah. But I guess it was also just... I wanted to own the games as well, not just play ROMs of them, you know what I mean? It's very easy to go get ROMs of them. But I wanted to just go through the cartridges. But then... I guess eBay was demoralizing. It wasn't too bad, but then it just started getting worse and worse, and I was just like, okay. So I guess I could just not, because there's plenty of games that now have NES collections on other storefronts. Not everything. I mean, maybe when Animal Crossing is over, I can go on a bit of a binge of just shorter, older games. Kind of like how I did a couple months back. Just going through my backlog and picking games that were less than 6 hours long. And just did like 8 of them back to back. That was pretty nice. Adventure Island is legit the most sadistic game you've ever played or watched. My cousin used to play that game. I know. My cousin had that game and I would watch him play it. I was terrible at it because I was a kid, but I know of it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty convinced that, like, with what I'm doing with these 2 islands, it's roughly gonna be the middle of August where I think they're gonna be, like, complete. At the rate that I'm going. It's a rough approximation, but I don't see it going further than September. Just because there's, if I look at it, there's 2 more houses left. Let's analyze this, alright? There's 2 more houses left, so that makes it 4 houses for the 2 islands. So that's 4 streams where I'm doing the houses. Then there, outside areas. That's another 4 streams. So that's 8 streams. So let's just say maybe I have a night here or there that I don't play. That's 2 weeks of content just for the houses. Then I feel like I would spend like 2 to 3 weeks roughly kind of going through the rest of the island and filling in the spots that I haven't. Give or take. So that kind of, it lines up. It's like roughly middle of August. I think. I don't know. Okay. Do I need to put one of these inside? I don't know. We'll look. Wait. Learn that. Hi, Quirky Sloth. How are you? And that's doing a lurk while you learn this game. Okay. Good luck. If you have any questions, yeah, I can answer probably some of them. If not, chat can correct me when I'm wrong. Steady bag, yeah, we're fine. I don't know if I need to customize these to be red. I'll have a look. Let me just say something. Chat can't always correct me. Sometimes cultural definitions of sandwiches get in the way. Okay, but like, that's colloquialisms. You can debate those all you want. At the end of the day, English is dumb. So, sometimes one side is dumb, sometimes the other side is dumb. But overall, English is just dumb. I might get on my high horse about chicken sandwich, but I can't, you know, defend that here in Australia we call everything chips. Oh, damn it, I went into the wrong room. It's made up potato, but you know what I mean though? If I'm going to the supermarket, someone else will say, you know, get some fries. And that means they want a bag of fries, right? But then if you want a bag of chips, like potato chips, that's what I'm saying, is like, if I say I'm going to the store to get some chips in Australia, what am I getting? I know the sentence and you say it in, it provides the context. But this is why it's wrong, fundamentally. Even though I do speak that way. You'd ask if they're frozen chips or salt and vinegar. Fair enough. But that's what I'm saying. In other countries, you don't need that distinction. They'd say fries, and chips would just be the potato chips. And the British say crisps. So this is like a uniquely Australian problem, and I think it's the same thing in New Zealand. It's weird. I might make fun of Americans for chicken sandwich and everything being a chicken sandwich, but I can't defend the way we say chips here. It's just as bad. We got too many chip options. You're not wrong. But no one gets confused because the context matters, right? It's the way we talk that you never need that context. And the Dutch say frites for hot chips, which confuse the fuck out of you for Aussies. I would at least understand that that's... No, but then again, I don't know. Don't get you started on football/soccer in the USA. Oh, man. My favorite thing of that has been just... I've seen Americans saying, if we win the tournament, the rest of you have to call it soccer. And it's just like, oh yeah? What about the last almost 100 years where you guys have lost? Why haven't you called it football? Oh, what's that? Oh, the rest of the world has to change. I see. What's that? You're going to host a baseball tournament called the World Series and it's only going to involve cities from America? Aha, I see. It's okay. I say it in jest and out of love. Alright, let me check the artwork and then we'll get to making house. It's okay. Like I said, every version of English is wrong in some way. It's all equally dumb. For every chicken sandwich, there is chips. For every bologna, there is water. Honestly, the USA way doesn't make sense. The British way does. The British... Okay. Let me talk about the British way. Which extends to the Australian way. If you want to see how British English is a failure, just look up how town names get pronounced. Or surnames. For example, there is a surname called... it is spelt Cockburn. C-O-C-K-B-U-R-N. We are told to pronounce it Coburn. Alright, not that. Yeah, it's pronounced Coburn, even though it's spelt Cockburn. You mean with football versus soccer? Oh no, I am with the whole notion that it is football. Because of where the sport originated, and just the majority, right? The majority call it football. The British are correct. You know, it'd be like if in America they called champagne sparkly juice or something like that. It's like, no, the rest of the world calls it champagne because of where it originated. I don't know. Man, again... They don't even use soccer, do they? I mean, when they have to refer to it, yeah. I've just been told in general, not a lot of people care about the sport. It's just right now because they're hosting it. It's a bit different, isn't it? I mean, it was the same here. Not many people cared about it either. Until we started doing okay and qualifying again. That is also why champagne can't be called champagne unless it's made in the Champagne region in France. Otherwise, it's sparkling wine. Okay, that's fair. No, that is a good point. I mean, they're doing that with cheese as well. Like, apparently in Australia, feta cheese is not going to be feta cheese anymore for similar reasons. Half topic, the South is known for not being inclusive, but college football USC is called Gamecocks. So you see redneck dudes wearing hats that say Cox. It's hilarious. What? That can't be real. Gamecocks? What do you know? Look it up. I'm worried that it might just, might ruin what the algorithm presents me, you know? I once played a dating game on Steam, and from that point forward, I started getting shown smutty anime dating games. And my Steam account hasn't recovered from that. But alright, I'll indulge you. Gamecocks. Well, no, it's real. What? Is a gamecock an animal? It's a fighting rooster. Aha! Okay. Alright. Okay, that makes sense. That's just the result of old English. That's fine. I mean, listen, in Australia we have Golden Gay Time, which is an ice cream. So, I think it's a similar thing. And Australians are kind of funny. I can appreciate that. Like, have I told you about the famous footballer here in Australia? Australian football, by the way. Just getting the image while we talk here. Now, this guy, Barry Hall, no, not Barry Hall. This guy was called Richard Turner. That was his name, Richard Turner. And, you know, they gave him the nickname The Tosser. I don't know why, I'm not into sports, but that was his nickname, The Tosser. You know what else happens when your name is Richard? People start calling you Dick. And so eventually Dick Tosser became his name. I'm not making this up. This is not me being funny. This was his actual career name, Dick Tosser. And when he retired, they decided to honor him. So future generations can, you know, learn his ways and see just what kind of a career he had. And so this is a place you can visit in Australia. The Dick Tosser Complex. Anyway. So happy home. I'm just buying stuff. Would you believe me if I said that's not the worst thing that Australia has named? I mean, Tizzy, you would know because you're Australian. I'll give you one more. This is a bit of fun trivia, depending on how you look at it. Australia's head of state is the Prime Minister. That's the fun trivia. Now here's the other bit of trivia. One of our Prime Ministers went swimming one day, and he disappeared. They assumed that he drowned, probably pulled by a riptide. Probably the reason why most Australian kids learn how to swim and how to deal with riptides. You know. Now, it was a very sad moment. It made headlines around the country. People were shocked what happened. Eventually, they presumed he died. And so to honor his memory, they named a swimming academy in his name. I'm not making this up. There is a swimming academy dedicated after that guy. Yeah. 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 They knew what they were doing. Oh yeah, no, for sure. They always do. We do love irony, yeah. No, the Australian sense of humor is a bit of a weird one. Chat, this is a more recent one. And I promise you this is real. So, let's go down into further things. So, the head of state in Australia is the Prime Minister, if you ignore the whole monarchy thing. Each individual state has a leader as well. They're called premiers. Kind of like a fancy version of a mayor. They're called premiers. Or a governor. It's an equivalent to a governor. Let's just say that. Now, we had a recent debate here in Melbourne. Usually when the FIFA World Cup is on, there's a place you can go to where they have like a big screen TV, and usually they put on that TV important events that are happening. Usually sporting. And so this year, because of prior years, like, people got drunk and caused an uproar, they were like, no, this year it's not going to happen. That was the people that own the venue. And so the leader of my state, the premier, was basically not happy about that and overturned it. And I'll read you a line from the official press release. Let me bring it up. Real thing. Okay. So here we go. She wanted the event to go ahead. And so, you know, her reasoning to allow it to go ahead was, and I quote, "There's always a risk of bad behavior from a few dickheads at every public gathering." Like, just an official press release from the local government just using the word dickhead. Australia's not a real country. Anyway. Wait, not that. We want to exchange the other way, don't we? This UI always confuses me. Because it goes right to left. So I'm gonna have to order simple panels for something that I got upcoming. Simple. You heard that we were all a figment of your imagination. No, see, the flat Earth, that's the flat earther conspiracy theory, where they say anyone from Australia is a paid actor. And not real. So yeah, I guess I'm not a real person, just someone that's making $100,000 a year just to sit here at a computer to pretend I'm from a country that doesn't exist, just to hide the fact that the Earth is flat, you know? You got me. Outstanding job opportunity. Pretty cool, just being a voice on the internet. I mean, I know I'm already that, but I don't get paid for it. Okay. I'll save the normal catalog purchases for when I'm working on the beach later. You knew your theater time would come in handy. How do you get a paycheck as a fake faux Aussie? You would have to talk to your local government official that is part of the conspiracy of hiding the fact that the Earth is flat. I guess. You just need to practice your Australian accent. I knew it! Alright. We are working on your house. Been doing it your whole life. You were born for that role. There you go. You'll fit in nicely. I think I need to just put up the plate. Anyway. Alright. So let me just set this up. Anyone have any requests for music to listen to whilst I build this? A KK Slider song, if I have it. Where's the record player? There it is. Stale cupcakes? Alright, hopefully I have it. I think I do. Ha! I don't. I have it on the other island. Alright, this is the selection. I know I definitely have it on blue. I got it off one of the villages. That'll probably be my Saturday request then. Metal? Alright. I like the song. It's metal, but then part of it kind of reminds me of a Daft Punk song. It reminds me of Aerodynamic by Daft Punk. Sorry, I'm just... Alright, so... Let me divide the room up first. Correct, right? I don't know if it's far back enough, but it's correct. Okay, rug. Wait, isn't there a... Uh-oh. Isn't there a red version of this? I guess I don't have it. I'm gonna have to talk to Sahara. Alright, temporarily. Until I figure this out. I may have to change it. It has to be 3x3. 4x4, 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 4x3. Three by three, but I don't want to just use that one everywhere. Am I wrong? Like, there is a different colored version of that, right? Anyway. Three by two? That could... No, but then that's no different, is it? I can do that. But then I don't have a blue version of it. It looks so much better with that color. I may have to alter the design of this. I mean, I guess that's not bad. Alright, look. We want this. I guess that's not bad. I'll alter the design for now until I can figure it out. At least that I have reliable both versions of it. Alright, that's fine. This one. This one. This is the thing that's gonna take the longest, is just dividing this up. Bear with me, it'll make sense in a minute. Yep. Okay. Alright, let's get the furniture. Oh. Is that what I used? I really can't tell. Apparently it's one with cross hatches. That one. Okay, got it. Right, not that one. Wrong color. That one. I just realized something as well. That's funny. Hold on. I forgot what I was doing. Like, the whole premise of these islands. I forgot to reverse it. It's actually not that hard to reverse. I thought it'd be harder. Alright, there we go. Alright, I can go there. That's that sorted. Kitchen. Looks good. Where is that shelf? That's one. Bookshelf. Where is it? I'm really bad at remembering what stuff is. There it is. Okay. Dark one. For my sake, I bought that chair. Uh-oh. I mean, oh no, there it is. It's just in a weird spot. Yep. Right, little reading area. now it's just the bedroom. Bedroom's straightforward. We'll have to see if I need to go to Sahara to get that rug that I'm thinking of. Maybe, I don't know, false memory. Maybe it doesn't exist. It's just weird. Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay. And I just put a dresser in there. Okay. What's that mining set? Okay, what is this thing actually ironing? Is it ironing a handkerchief? No. I thought about this recently, but does anyone still use those anymore? I've always found the idea of them kind of gross, but then I guess if you don't have any choice, it's just... I don't know, putting it in your pocket... Like, how do you go walk around all day with that knowledge? Where's the hat rack? Oh, so that's probably an easy way to browse. It's crafted, so maybe it's under here. No. The way father used them, always had several on them. Think it went out of style in the 70s. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I have older relatives that used to use them. But I think it's just one of those things that just isn't a thing anymore, right? Hello? Umbrella? Did I use umbrella? No, the hat rack, what is it? There it is. I'm fine. Yeah. This is why I picked it, because it has a good red version. And that faces that way. The song reminds you of a boss? Really? I don't know, this part that's playing right now, I just think of Daft Punk. Like vintage lace ones that are unstained, used for decoration, like under a small vintage tray. They're nice. I guess that's the other thing, though. They were probably made a lot better, and I think maybe modern day just doesn't allow that. I'd like to think that if they were still fashionable, we'd have gamer versions of them, you know? Like, imagine a handkerchief, but it has, like, an anime girl on it. Or something. Super Mario Brothers handkerchief. Just if that trend didn't die. But you know this to be true, right? Like if handkerchiefs were still used by young men of today, there would totally be anime girl handkerchiefs. Please don't blow your nose on the anime girl's butt. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't thinking that, but okay. You're absolutely right. It's like that scene in Billy Madison. Where like the mother goes to pick up the kid and then she well, I guess a reverse version of it. She blows the kid's nose and then puts the handkerchief down her top. Like kinda, yeah, that was her way of flirting. "2000s mousepad style." Dude, those mousepads are still around. What are you talking about, 2000s? Alright, what song is actually playing here? I actually can't tell. I don't know what song is playing. Because the TV's on. I'm turning that TV off. Man, that's gotta be like one of the most random, strange thoughts I've had. Just handkerchiefs, if they were still used. Just anime girl handkerchief. Okay, apparently it's like... I suppose I could just easily touch the music player and find out. It's Soulful KK. You know what I'm gonna do now, right? Like... You know exactly what I'm gonna do right now, right? Can you guess? Given my curiosity for weird things like this. Google it. No, I'll do you one better. I'm gonna look on AliExpress and see if such a thing exists. Or like Redbubble. I bet it does. I don't have Soulful, so... I'll just put that one for now. There's no way. Oh god, this is gonna be funny if it... Get out. Oh my god. Okay, it's not what I was expecting. They do exist, by the way. A lot of them. On Etsy. But not the ones we're talking about. It was like 90s anime. Very innocent anime. Like Studio Ghibli. Or Ghibli, however you pronounce it. I have to be more specific. I hate that I have to type it this way. But you know how I'm gonna type it. Oh god. Oh my god, they exist. I can't show these on screen. Oh my god, I'm dead. Yeah. So you know those mouse pads where a particular part of the anime girl is like protruded outwards? Just that same picture, but on a handkerchief. It exists. It's real. There's a lot of them. And now, yep. That's great. No. Anytime I go on anything that Google sells my data to is gonna think I'm into anime, big titty anime girls. I've ruined my algorithm again. Not just on Steam. It's because I had to type it that way. Anime handkerchief wasn't enough. It brought up innocent search results. I wanted to know if there was depravity in this world. Alright. Nothing is sacred. I feel like I ruin Animal Crossing streams sometimes. I really do. Just talk about things that you would not associate with Animal Crossing at all. This is a good song. I might try to get on the other island. What's missing? Okay, this is missing. No words. I mean, let's be real. When it comes to that sort of stuff, it always exists, right? It's just. It always will exist. But I guess the difference is it's very niche at the very least. Just need a VPN and Tor browser to protect the algorithm. No, that is true, and a smarter version of me would absolutely do that and agree. But in the interest of comedy and being able to complain about it later, no. I think I'm fine. I mean, eventually, the hat... the hat? It's going to... Even if I ruin my algorithm, eventually they'll be like, he's not biting. Maybe that was just a one-off thing, and then it'll go back to normal. It's just... I wouldn't be surprised if for the next few days that's what I get presented. And that's fine, it's my own fault. But sometimes you have to do things for comedy and for stream purposes, you know? We don't have this photo, right? No. So put up the placeholder photo, which is you. The weird part is when people who you are regularly in contact with start getting those ads as well. Oh yeah, no, the whole social media thing is just annoying, the way they do that. I think my proudest moment of streaming was like when someone came in here and they were talking about that thanks to the conversation that I had on stream the other day, Twitch was showing them advertisements for, let's just say, adult supplements. That and fried chicken. Totally do a sponsorship with that one day if I get big enough. And certain contraceptive items as well, you know? Watch all your ads be for KFC now. I wouldn't be surprised. That talks... That's a common talking point here. There is a literal KFC on my island. Because of a stupid joke. Do I have that? Would do. It's because I was talking about one of the running jokes of this island, which is the two chicken villagers running a restaurant together, or they used to be the Chicken Brothers, and so ran the restaurant from Breaking Bad. And they split and went their separate ways, one to the Red Island, one to the Blue Island. And someone misinterpreted that as like me putting a KFC in the graveyard. I laughed and corrected that mistake, you know, elaborated on what I was actually going to do. And then I thought it was just so funny of a misunderstanding that I actually built a KFC in the graveyard. What happened? Where'd it go? Ah, there. Nothing helps grieving more than the Colonel's 11 original herbs and spices. Okay, on this wall is a grandfather clock. We're almost there, and then I'll go work on the beach for a bit. And, of course, we have to have the founding father of this island somewhere on every house. There we go. Is that all? I think that's everything. I like how this house looks. So what's the name of the song? KK Slider Jazz? Do I have that on the other island? I'll have to request it this weekend. This is a good song. Alright, I don't have matching songs, but that's fine. Hey Laura, how's it going? What is going on? I keep accidentally turning off. Sorry. There we go. Alright, this house is done for now. I think this looks good. I just need the Blue Villages photo there, and then that's done. Alright. And I put one of these on the outside. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, just moving things around. Well. Now you know what I have a morbid interest in? I know this is weird, but what other article of clothing or accessory that has gone out of fashion and now has an anime girl equivalent. I didn't think that anime girl handkerchief would actually exist, but I guess I was proven wrong. And I'm trying to think like what other old fashion accessory has gone. Or at least you think it's gone, but it lives on in anime girl form. It's certainly a sentence. Alright, anyway. Corded home telephone. Okay, but those... I would argue that that probably existed back in the day, and the ones that are around are retro. I don't think any of them would really be in use. It's like the Garfield phone, you know what I mean? Like, the old Garfield phones. They're all non-functional, but I bet they're still kicking around because people have them as decorations. Cigarette cases, yeah? Possibly. I just think it takes a certain kind of aura these days to carry around an anime girl handkerchief, you know? And flasks. But flasks, I think, are kind of timeless. I know people that have flasks to this day. It wouldn't surprise me if there's an anime girl flask. 18th, 50th, and anime girl. No, someone totally drinks out of an anime girl flask. You know it's a thing. That one I don't need to look up. That for sure is a thing. There's no way it's not. It might just be your local area. You are a fairly typical bogan Aussie locale. That's fair enough. I mean, I'm in Melbourne. I've seen it all. Also, growing up in the southeast of Melbourne, you see things. Chat. I had a friend. I had a friend. I don't know where he got it. But for some reason, he had a notebook that he would carry. Now that might be weird, but I'll tell you what the notebook was of. It was of Fran Drescher, specifically from The Nanny. That was the cover of it. I don't know why he had this. I don't think he even wrote in it, but he carried it around. And he would just do the oh Mr. Sheffield voice. Melbourne is at least eclectic in that its spectrum. You're just classic white bogan. So what, like Queensland, South Australia? That would be my guess. Queensland's usually the first one that comes to mind. I guess sort of, no, but New South Wales has Western Sydney. So not so much New South Wales. Sunny Coast, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Alright, that unfurled an entire picture. What's going on about Western Sydney? I'm saying Western Sydney is not what I would... I wouldn't associate with Bogan. I mean, they exist, but, you know... If you were to say Bogan Australian town, you would think Queensland, most likely. Sorry, Queensland. I love Queensland, by the way. And Senny C is Bogan. No, it is. I know. But it's not the first thing that comes to mind when you say New South Wales, right? It's not. Sorry, I'm looking for a particular item. I don't think I have it. Which, okay, I thought I planned this better. No, there it is. I knew I had one. I was right. I knew I had one. I'm not going crazy. I need to order another. This is why I... Huh? More? M-O-R? Oh, that's not double R. The non-Australians are going to be confused. What we're talking about. Actually, customize it first. Save money. Wait, is this like officially the most Australians I've ever had in this chat? Probably is. I can count all of you on one hand most of the time. I guess it's still technically one hand, but you know what I mean. Weirdly, it's rarely someone from Victoria. I don't want to say never, because that's not the case. Rarely. I need to put these tickets away. I keep accidentally grabbing this. Oh, this menu. Okay. That one. Most of the folks you find on Twitch are Melbourne-based. That's interesting. I mean, I guess maybe streamers, that might make sense. But viewers, I think I've only had one, and that was, like, rather short-lived. Just a stop-in, more than anything else. And then, weirdly enough, someone trying to recruit people to protest here in Melbourne through Twitch. That was a strange one. Hey, streamer, you want to drop everything you're doing right now and go protest somewhere? No. I'm gonna be back and forth a lot here. Pikachu, Pikachu, Pikachu. Gazebo. Oh, that's already a dark color. Cool. Where are we looking? Okay, so two of these. Two of these. I need, uh-oh. Alright, I mean, I can go to the other island and fetch one. That's fine. I want to make a joke about, like, how that's how little people care about Diablo these days. But, yeah. It's okay. A lot of people care about Diablo and those kind of games, but like that, I find that that is its own universe when it comes to Twitch. Where is the lifeguard chair? I had some. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, now I need... yep, there's the sandcastle. There's the life ring. Music player. That one. So I'm missing one of those. That's okay. Well, guess what? What's up? Alright, I have to customize that one. Do we have covered counter? Oh, see, I need to get more of these chairs. I wanted to put these chairs. Maybe the next beach area I will do. BRB contribution. Oh yeah, do you have one? Remember, subject to, what do you call it? Analysis. Availability. Where is... I swear I had it. Oh, there it is. It reminds me, I should do a new round of those. It's been a while, and a bunch of stuff has happened here. Like, I don't know, anime girl handkerchief. Sometimes I wonder if there's something wrong with me, genuinely. Slushy machine. I'm so glad you found me on the night that the new law was written. There's been a lot of it. The island law is at the point now where... I mean, even stream law. Island law specifically would take like half an hour to explain. But, originally I had one island, and the only reason a second island exists, and I did this whole stupid theme, is because I accidentally placed a spring horse in a bedroom. And made the joke, like, what would happen if you went out on a date, went to that person's bedroom, and there was a springy horse in the middle of the room? And just made a quip that, like, I'll have you know, my grandpappy got married on that horse. It's been in the family for generations. And slowly but surely, that original idea just got abandoned. You'll take it further and say someone out there has anime girl house wallpaper with gel inserts. What are you talking about with gel inserts? How would that even work? Most wallpapers are like a pretty simple pattern that, I don't know, it repeats. I forgot to customize. Do you know how many gel inserts that would be? Anime wallpaper, I would believe. But one that repeats, I don't know. You can make custom stuff in this game, but it's a small artwork. It's a small piece of artwork like this. These ones don't have the original ones. You can also do stuff like this. Town flag. Yeah. You can set any of these to be the town flags. For example, that's the founding father of the Red Island. Did I do everything? I think... Hang on. I got distracted. That's fine. That's fine. That one, and then we want... this. Coconut, right? Yeah. So you can use the editor to make your own patterns, but there's also a... later on, if you don't have it already, you can get a pro pattern editor, which that lets you browse patterns that people upload. So you can put search terms in, and it'll work. Oh, thank you for the follow. Yeah. So it's pretty flexible. In fact, I can even run a search on it. Though, No, but then again, Nintendo would moderate that, wouldn't they? There's no way there's anything bad on it. They moderate it. Okay, it's fine. It's safe. I'm just worried I might look something up and then, you know, it pops up something that it shouldn't on screen, and that'll be the last you'll hear of me for a couple of weeks. Reporting ASAP. Oh, please. That's not the worst thing I've shown on stream. I played a dating sim where Gordon Ramsay dates Paula Deen. And let's just say there was butter involved. And I'm not gonna go any further than that. Luigi's cup penis size. Okay, to be fair, that's not that bad. I think the Gordon Ramsay thing, because I didn't know it was there, was worse. That will be your BRB message. What, like Luigi canonically has a penis size, confirmed by Nintendo? I could make it a fun fact. It's a question. Oh, there was no question mark. And you can if you want it to be. Do you have an expiry one you have to decide? No. Pretty much, I either accept or reject it, and that can be there forever. Or I could, I don't know, one day I could do something different with the BRB screen. It just won't be a thing, I don't know. I don't think so, but... Yeah, that's the other thing. How good is my memory? It's not great, but it's also an incredibly good memory. For example, every time I drink my cup of tea that I've been drinking in winter religiously, I have it practically every day. I can't name the ingredients in that tea off the top of my head perfectly every time. It has 4 ingredients. 3 ingredients. See that? That's how little I forget. 3 ingredients. Meanwhile, I can just spurt off random facts about bullshit that no one cares about. There's some stuff in my brain that I don't want to be there, but it's there involuntarily. Like when McDonald's did a 90s campaign. I can't remember what it was for. It was a new burger, and the whole thing was, if you went to order this burger and said a particular thing at the counter, I don't remember what you got for it. But I remember what you had to say at the counter. And that's burnt into my brain. In high school, I learnt the foundations of the Japanese language. You think that's still in there? Stupid McDonald's marketing sentence? Yeah, no, that's buried there deep. It's gonna be there until the end of my days. Choose the cheesy cheese that the triple cheese lovers choose when they choose the cheese and the triple cheese at McDonald's. What tea do you drink, Will? I don't fucking know. It's called Sleep Tight. It has 4 ingredients. No, wait, 3! I have a good memory and at the same time, a terrible memory. Rockin' so far. Follow age. You don't need a command. You can click your own name. And it'll pop up. It'll say following since. According to this, October 4, 2022. Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut. McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut. I don't think I had that. But the fact that you can remember that, that's, yeah, it's similar brain, I guess. Do you guys remember the Kmart song from, like, the 2000s? When all the Kmart, commercials would have that song? That's stuck in my head. Ba-ba-da-da, 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 ba-ba-da-da. Oh yeah, no, now, guess what? That's stuck in your head now. Have fun. One 3 triple 6 triple 5 06. Yeah, I remember that one. Or AAPT Smart Chat. AAPT Smart Chat. Oh no, but retaining the Japanese language that you learnt in high school, absolutely not. No, fuck you. A random jingle from the 90s that no one's gonna care about and know that you're an old man now. Hello and welcome to National Tiles. I like that voice. When I do dumb voices in games, I'd use that voice though. Hello. This is so weird, dude. I'm not used to having this many Australians in chat. It's rare that I get to talk about, like, our stuff. I spent years adjusting my speech so I didn't say random Australian things and confuse people. Okay, so this gets erased. Do it one at a time. I keep talking about a commercial that I've been wanting to find for years, but I think this one's just extremely local. And I don't think I'll find it. It's lost media at this point because it would have been on during a very specific time period. And it was probably for a small business that doesn't exist anymore. But there was a company that was like, I don't know if they were a liquidator or whatever, but the point was they sold Easter eggs one year cheap outside of Easter. So Easter eggs at rock bottom prices, and you know, there'd be some guy, I just remember there'd be some guy yelling the prices. And then after he said the price, some old lady, not even an old lady, like someone in an old lady outfit in a wig would come on screen and would be like, "Oh, they're cheap!" I have been wanting to find that commercial for years because I know it's hysterical and people will find it funny. But I've just had no luck. Is it on Ads of the World? I haven't checked, but man, I don't know. Like, this would have been something that aired in the 2000s, possibly only in Victoria, because it seemed very hyper-specific. And it was on during Cheese TV. Which was like, you know, morning kids show. I didn't customize that chair. I'll have to go back. I'm just glad that the Ken Bruce commercials are archived forever. Very happy about that. Forgot about Cheese TV. And I think those guys tried to do like a comeback recently. To kind of go on nostalgia. Reddit will probably find me that commercial. I mean, probably. The internet detectives over at Reddit. They do some amazing work, but... You know... Not to sound elitist, but Reddit annoys me. It really does. At least modern day Reddit. Like, yeah, it's more modern day Reddit than anything else. It's like I'll ask the question, someone will make a quip that'll be the most upvoted comment, and then when I want to find the answer to my question, it'll probably be somewhere at the bottom of the page. Or someone's gonna post that they don't remember the commercial. Just a bunch of non-answers. Oh, it annoys me so. That's all social media. True. I guess I've kind of gotten off all social media, really. But I just found that, I don't know, for some reason Reddit rubbed me the wrong way, because for a while, Reddit was useful. You could find out things, and at a certain point it kind of became like the rest of social media. And it started annoying me more because it felt like a betrayal. The sad thing is, I probably would have had that commercial recorded on one of the tapes, because I used to have to tape Dragon Ball in the morning. It was on at a time where I couldn't watch it. We'd be able to watch maybe 10 minutes of it, and then we had to go to school. And I bet on one of those old cassette tapes, that commercial would have been on there. And I have the capability to hook up a VHS player if I wanted to, and capture it. But unfortunately my parents got rid of all the tapes a while ago. Yeah. Understandable, but yeah, kind of sad. It would have been neat to kind of bring up these old things. Bit of a time capsule. It's okay. One day I'll find this commercial. Alright, that's most of the items, so what's missing? So, I am missing... Okay, ironwood chair... Barbecue... And, what's the other one? Oh, that thing. Okay. It would have been cool to just get the commercials from that era. Though I think most of the more popular ones are already on YouTube anyway. Didn't I have... Okay, I'm blind. There it is. Is it not considered... Okay, maybe it's not considered... I'm looking for a cooler. Okay, one of these. Huh? The one part of the game that really needed search. Okay. Do it alphabetically. Thank you. Okay, so... Cooler box. Barbecue. And now I just need that ironwood thing. Oh, tiki torches. That's what's missing. We'll do both. I don't know, like 5? I'm almost done. I'm sensitive of the time because I still want to play Resident Evil tonight. But I do want to finish this. What a weird combination that is. Cute animal game and horror. Okay. Looks alright. Alright, so the torches. I know one's... Oh, the lifeguard chair. I gotta go customize. Torch here. Torch here. These are a nice touch. Torch here. Yeah. This is kind of in the way. I may have to move my base. Oh, you're kidding. Okay, no, it's fine. Yep. Okay, I need 2 yoga mats. Okay. I did order more panels, but I definitely need way more, so it's going to be the rest of the order, I think. No such thing as digital transactions in this game. Gotta walk up to an ATM, get money out, pull out your phone, and then use your phone to buy something online. I don't know. It's dumb. Okay. Yeah, it's in the way, unfortunately. It's okay, I'll put it elsewhere. Wait, not craft, customize. have to line this up. This might take a little messing around. Oh. Okay, hold on. Right. Because this island faces the other way. There we go. And one more there. Nice. Alright. Not that. Alright, so the last thing I gotta do is just gotta customize that chair. I don't know what music I played here. Wait a minute, I did have stale cupcakes, so I didn't... What? When it was requested before, it wasn't in the list, I swear. That's so weird. I'll just go with that for now. I swear it wasn't there. Oh, right. Hold on, I forgot an important detail. The drinks for this bar. So coconut milk. Wait, I don't have pears? Apparently I don't have pears. How? Alright, well, we'll do that instead. Yeah, nice. Oh, there's one thing I can do. I just realized I can't actually finish this. With the exception of the couch, it's more... I have 3. I only need 3. Why am I thinking of another old commercial? A health insurance commercial where the guy wanted 3 for free. And he didn't have teeth. Or had bad teeth. But it was like 3 for free. I want 3 for free. 3 for free. Stupid brain. Guess that's fine. I have 1. I think this will look nice once I place this in the background. Like this. Flip back 1. Cross 1. So that'll be in the background. I guess I can test that now. Yeah, my idea works. No, never mind. Blocks it. I thought it would look nice. In my head, I guess the banners were higher. It's just annoying because this thing is awkward. It's 1x3. Alright. I will probably do that idea, but elsewhere. Just not here. Alright, anyway, back to halves, finish this off. And then we can go... be all scary with Resident Evil. One with this. I'm not gonna forget. Oh wait. These are just, yeah, that. If I gotta use just a standard wood pattern. Okay. So all that's missing is the little couch at the bar, and then everything else is more or less the same. I'll have to figure out where I'm gonna put the portable toilets. It might not be the same. Yeah, decent progress, I think. Oh, I forgot the magazine rack. I can craft that, though. Oh. I don't... Oh, no. There it is. Jeez. Ooh, okay. That's why. I'm gonna have to buy more magazines, then. I wasn't... like... I mean, I guess it makes sense, but... I wasn't aware that it actually required magazines to craft. That's just ready for the couch, which is just another one of these Moroccan ones. Just to place there. This spot here. Alright, last detail. There we go. So, real quick, so you can see what I'm doing. Give it a sec. Alright, this is Blue Island's version. So the same thing, but in reverse. Yeah, so all that's missing is this couch here. But otherwise, it's pretty identical. I did the best, given the two beaches are not the same. I tried to place them in similar spots. I don't think I noticed anything that I missed. Looks about right. Ruined? What's ruined? Having to wait for the HDMI signal to come back? Abandoned stream. I mean, yeah, it's pretty faithful to the design. Did I get... Hang on, did I get the thing? Don't tell me I forgot to order it again. I swear if I did. The partition? I swear I ordered it. Maybe I didn't. I'm missing a partition there. I will set an alarm to go off tomorrow to remind me. Yeah. I keep forgetting to buy that stupid partition. Alright, fine. Whatever. I need to make it so the moment I walk past this, and it needs to be more egregious. And I need to put something clearly horrible here. So then I get reminded, oh yeah, right. This is... an eyesore. I need to fix this. So what's the worst thing I can place here? It'll just remind me. No. No. If that doesn't get my attention. I picked an item that does not blend in whatsoever. This blended in because the wood color, it complements this area. This does not complement this area in the slightest. In fact... There. This is more obvious now. I need to get another one of these to fill that in. I keep forgetting, man. I keep forgetting. Did I order... I'm pretty certain I ordered the toilets. Alright, anyway. That will do for this session of Animal Crossing. We'll continue more tomorrow. If you're watching us later on the VODs channel, thanks for sticking around to the end. Leave a like or interact with the video if you feel like it. It helps a lot. Yeah, thanks for watching.